Welcome back to the channel. Now, what you see in front of me may look like a standard wall outlet to you, at least if you live in America, which means it should be a pretty simple task to plug a plug into this outlet. But in my experience, in the last video I did on this kind of challenge, it took me an hour just to plug in 6 plugs, and they didn't even have cables on them. And that was levels 1 through 3 of this challenge, which implies that they are easier than this level, which is, I'm gonna try to do level 4. I don't know how long it's gonna take or how far we're gonna get, but there's 10 total challenges, and this is the first type of challenge that introduces the third prong, or the ground, on the plugs. So basically, with a very limited set of building materials, I have to build a vehicle capable of picking up this 3-pronged plug and plugging it into that outlet, which then I assume is going to lower this wall, which will then allow me to pick up that plug, put it into that 3-pronged outlet, and then finish the challenge. And then I will have to probably do another 3-pronged thing that is going to be more difficult, but this one doesn't seem too bad because I don't have to rotate the plug in any particular fashion. I just have to keep it horizontal the way it already is oriented. So let's see what I have to work with. As you can see, not a whole lot of building materials. I've got some wheels, I've got some buttons and switches, a bunch of bearings, engine, seat, pistons, blah, 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 building materials. You know, you get the deal. All right, so now it is my job to build a vehicle that can pick up a 3-pronged plug. Now, I do have experience picking up a 2-pronged plug, which was almost the same, but this part of it that I actually pick up was shaped a little bit different and easier to handle. This one looks like it's gonna be a little bit more complex. Hold on, I gotta go back over and take a look at it. Dang it. This entire challenge rides on my ability to be able to pick up and hold this, so I wanna see, I need to measure out how I'm gonna pick this up. So what I'm thinking, see, I don't have a lot of leverage underneath, do I? Unless I use wedges to kind of wedge in through here. I think I have the perfect idea. Okay, so that's on the ground. This is one. And then the next block up, if I put something that cradles around this corner. Ooh, I like this idea. Yeah, this idea can work. This idea can work. Okay, 3 blocks wide. 1 block, technically, if I'm gonna be using these wedges. Okay, 1 block and 3 blocks. All right, I think I know what I wanna build. I hope that this isn't a dumb idea, but if it's not a dumb idea, it's gonna be a cool idea. And if it's not a cool idea, it's gonna be a dumb idea. Cool or dumb? Let's see what I end up being after this challenge. Okay, first, let's get started with our foundation of a vehicle. Basically, building myself a forklift. Gonna put rear wheel steering on this thing. All right, I got my basic vehicle built. Now for the important part, which is the lift, the fork that lifts things. Like when you eat food. Yes, I am a certified forklift operator. I lift fork to mouth. Okay, so what did I say about this thing? I said some things. Bearing. Yes, this is what I said. I said these things about it. So the plan is... Oh, how many blocks? 1, 2 blocks? Ah, I forgot the measurements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm trying to count from so far away. Editor, zoom in. Wait, it doesn't work. I haven't seen the edited video yet. Oh, wait a minute. No, my plan is completely void. I was assuming I had wedges to work with, but I have no wedges to work with. I wanted to wedge my wedges against those wedges and create a very stable base for this, and that will not happen. So this now is gonna go straight down to the ground. Is that ground level? Yes, that is ground level. And then, what is that? Just 2 blocks? Do I just get 2 blocks to work with? 1, 2. It's gonna have to work. And then a single block above that one. Yes. Here is the crucial bit of information right here. This is where I have to have the prongs closed in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, they have to be wider. This wide. Okay, and then the prong goes in that way. We're gonna hug it. We're gonna hug the plug. Don't try this at home. Do not hug your electronic. Well, I mean, most electronics you can hug, like your laptop or, you know, just don't. Just don't do that. Okay, now anyway, back to doing things that are smart. Controller controls the claw, the electronic plug hugger. Okay, I got 2 buttons to work with, which is great because I need 2 buttons to work with. Number 1 and number 2. How high do I have to lift them off the ground? Okay, now I gotta do more counting. Beaker. Ooh, that's the editor's name. Beaker, zoom in. 1, 2, 3. The prong has to go up how many blocks? The prong's on the ground. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's... All right, hold on. Zoom in. Enhance. I wish I had my spud gun. All right, block is there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I counted 5 blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blocks. I'm gonna say 5 blocks high. Thanks to the digital enhancement, I was able to ascertain that the plug, or the outlet, is 5 blocks off the ground. So my buttons do that and that. And that is all I need. So are you ready to see how amazing this plug hugger is? All right, here we go. Gonna hug some plugs. All right. First plug, ready to be hugged. Let's see if this works. Open up, get underneath. Oh, that's, no, I ruined it. No, I didn't, I'm gonna put it back. Okay, oh, I fixed it. Look at that. That is a fixed problem. Okay. Did I build the right dimensions? Oh, that looks good. Oh, look at how stable that is. Oh, I am a genius. As long as I have this at the right altitude, the right height. Look at that altitude. I don't think when you're lifting things like 3 feet off the ground that you can really call it altitude yet. What is the minimum height requirement to start referring to height as altitude? Let me know down in the comments below. Oh, look at that. Perfect. And then this is the sketchy part. I gotta, oh no, it'd be good if I knew what my buttons did. Dang it. That is the exact opposite direction I want this to be facing. Cable management without cables is not easy. All right, number 2 is the open button. Number 1 is the altitude button. I'm just gonna keep calling it altitude now. Number 2 is the close button. We're gonna close. Close. What's wrong? You worked before. Close. Okay, number 1 is the altitude button. Okay, good. Good. Bad. Good. We're gonna plug it in. Dang it. We're gonna plug it in better. Yes. Okay. Number 1 is the altitude button. I don't want to hit that yet. So that means I want to hit number 2. And then I push it in. Look at that. That looked amazing. That looked like I knew what I was doing that time. Okay. Plug number 2. I am ready to hug plug number 2. Oh, for a second there, I thought that was flipped upside down because of the black dot at the top. That would have threw me for a curveball. Okay, all right, plug number 2. Prepare to be hugged. This is not the best hug yet. Regrip on the hug. There we go, that's a good hug. Plug number 2. We're just gonna go slow and controlled. Perfect. Okay, let me go this way. All right, look at this. I'm gonna align myself perfectly without having to slow down and reverse. All right, just head straight for it and like butter. And then push. Yeah, now the finish has been enabled. All right, that one actually kind of felt easier than the first challenge of this challenge pack. I just had to redesign my claw a little bit, my plug hugger. All right, on to challenge number 5 of this challenge pack. Oh no, please don't do this to me. You're gonna have 2 different styles of plugs. Oh, this is so bad. All right, now, if you didn't see the first episode, you can now see what the original plug design looked like. So for this plug design, I had things come under here. I had 2 things go under here and then a prong go on top. And on this one, I had 1 prong go under here and then 2 prongs on the side. So neither of these designs work with each other. I have to either figure out how to come up with a brand new grabber that applies to both of these things simultaneously, or build 2 separate grabbers that I use for their own special occasions, but that all depends on if I have enough materials. I have a decent amount of bearings. I have 4 switches. 4 switches is kind of okay. 4 controllers. It seems like the intent might actually be to build 2 separate grabbing mechanisms. Can I design one that can pick up both plugs though? Okay, so I need to go underneath both sides of this. I can't have it be in the center though. Now if I go the 2 here, that does work. I can have 2 pick it up from over here, and it can even go under here. Oh yeah, that actually does work. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That works. What is my securing method? Because this is wider than this. So I can't use the sideways securing because that is going to collide with that. I can't use the top securing because what works with this will not work with this. The length is the same. I have an idea. I got ideas. Materials are gonna be interesting, but I have ideas. Now let's not forget them. Okay, I've decided that gas engines work much better for these vehicles because what the gas engine actually allows for is all of the wheels can rotate at different speeds, which just makes turning better. When you have the electric engines, sometimes you kind of slide across the ground because the wheels are just rotating at different speeds. I even tested that out with just having the steering wheels being powered by electric engines and not the front wheels, thanks to a comment, but it actually didn't help, surprisingly. I thought it was gonna work, but just because the two back wheels end up not being able to rotate at independent speeds from each other, it just causes a weird strafing thing. There's low precision as far as controllability goes. So that's why I'm going with gas engines, in case you were wondering. All right, now I forgot everything I was thinking for my fancy dual purpose plug hugger, but I'm gonna try to remember because that's what pro gamers do. So here's our hug. Three prongs, I believe, 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here is where it would be for the smaller one. This is a bit more complicated than I was anticipating. So the larger one actually has to kind of rotate from, it has to have a 4 block gap. No, 3 block, 1, 2, 3, and then it closes. So 1, 2, 3, so it has to close from here. Then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 7th is the prong that goes down. So this should be able to hold the 3-prong plug. Now you're probably asking, how could this possibly hold the 2-prong plug? Well, you see, it's quite simple. I have an extra controller, which is going to allow me to rotate these down onto the other plug. Okay. So that is not what needs to hook up to that at all. You ever just start doing things without thinking? That's what just happened there. So we need to be able to control the hugging system. We need to be able to control our altitude system. 5? Wait a minute. I've got to lift them both up different heights. No. No, please, no. I got it. Figured it out. I know how to do that. I know how to do that. That's why we get extra controllers for. We are going to have this on a cycle, a range between 5 and I believe 7 is what the smaller plug needs to be. So I believe now if I have that on a button and I put it on loop, so it's gonna cycle through this, it should cycle between, there's 5, there's 7, and it goes back to 0. All right, that's too fast. I gotta put it on not as fast. It's kind of hard to stop it in the step. All right, so that gives me an alternate height positions. So now I need another button. This button, all right, so hold on. Number 1 is gonna be the height. Number 2 is gonna be the hug. And then number 3 is going to be the second plug. So now when I press button number 3, we are going to move these down. Is 45 degrees gonna be enough? That should apply pressure. That might apply too much pressure though. Let's go down to like 40 degrees because the next plug is going to be right here. We're going to press it back here and that's going to give it the stability that we need. Wait, why is, oh no, I can't lift it up. I made a big mistake. No, I didn't. I can fix it easily. Please don't break. Please don't break. Delete that and that. And now that no longer collides with that. This looks like an intimidating claw mechanism, doesn't it? All right, let's see how this works. I'm just gonna try it on both plugs before I actually try to do anything. So the first one, did I measure correctly for this plug? Number 2 is to close. Get in there, get in there. Okay, hold on, open up. There we go. All right, so now I can raise it up. Yeah, perfect, that looks real secure, doesn't it? And now we approach the other plug. Now see, go a little bit more forward. Oh, I need to go one more block down on the front there. But my idea is, well, right now, if I lift up, you can see it's just gonna fall forward. But when I press number 3, this actually closes down. I could definitely speed that up. So now when I lift up, it's actually, this could still work. Yeah, but it can go forward, unfortunately. All right, the orange one's over there. Line up, line up, line up. Yeah, they call me line up tech tips. All right, there we go. One has been plugged in. As long as I can get the green one all the way over here without it falling out, despite my slight miscalculation, I think the rest of this challenge should go smoothly. What am I doing? How do I use my, oh, there we go. How do I use my altimeter? All right, it's not really an altimeter. That would just tell me how high my claw is. Wait, what's happening? Why am I moving backwards? Stop that. Stop that. Move forwards. Hug the plug, please. Okay, that's as hugging as it's gonna get. Okay. Compress. Raise up to 7. Come on. There we go. Yeah, you didn't think I'd be able to come up with a hugger that could hug 2 different types of plugs. I'm an ambi hugger. And there we go. What do? I open up, right? I gotta open up. There we go. All right, good. Now we can turn around. Now the other 2 should be much more secure and stable as long as I don't fall off or flip over. Wait, what caused me to turn to the left there? That was weird. All right, why am I going after this one first? Bring it down, approach gently. Close the claw. Claw closing. Claw closed. Raise the claw. So now we're only going up to 5. That is 5. All right, and then we bring, this is red. Plug red. Smooth entry. Yeah. Could have been smoother, but could have been worse. There we go. Another plug has been inserted. Now 1 more plug to go. Lower the plug hugger. Yes. Oh, that was good. Hug the plug. Hug the plug. Perfect. All right, up to 5, please. I feel like a spaceship trying to dock interstellar style, but without the spinning. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Mission success. All right. Finish zone has been opened. Okay, there we go. 3-prong. Actually, not feeling too bad. Is it gonna throw another curveball at us? No, what are these arrows? No. All right, we gotta do the same thing with we gotta be able to grab 2 different kinds. Okay. Wait, what's the trick here? Is it just that there's ramps? Is that the curveball? The plugs themselves are still horizontal. I thought the plugs were gonna be at a weird angle and I was gonna have to like define that angle or something. Okay, this isn't bad. Why would this be hard for me? I feel like I'm missing something. Unless maybe I was building an extra secure design that wasn't needed to be that secure, and these angles would cause problems with the original intended design. I believe if I just had my vehicle, if I didn't have to rebuild that whole vehicle, I have this challenge. Like, my vehicle is capable of doing this challenge. So I'm essentially just gonna rebuild that vehicle. So you guys don't really need to see that. I'll see you guys on the other side, assuming I get everything right. All right, I think I've built the claw mechanism up to its previous standards. I hope that was the plan, at least. I have actually enhanced it a little bit. I've fixed some of the mistakes of the previous design. And I also had a little bit of foresight to give this thing some ground clearance because we got to get up over those corners a little bit. All right, so I think I got everything in order. Now let's pick up the plugs and see if we can plug them in. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna go for the small one first, just because this claw mechanism has a little bit more of a nuance with the small ones and the big ones. It's like perfectly designed for the big ones, but it has that extra little detail just for the small ones. All right, close. Okay, that looks good. And then let's see what happens if I just lift it up now. Yeah, see, the plug has a chance of falling out, but that is why I enabled this. So now the plug, oh, it is down a little bit. I didn't give it enough of an angle. Oh, that is 7. Okay, we are 7 off the ground. That little angle concerns me. It shouldn't be a problem. I think the plug should push it up a little bit when I push into the plug. But I did have the foresight to put that, the prong of my claw down an extra block, so it is not gonna fall forward at all, which is a really good thing I did that because this was actually a little bit more susceptible to that. Here we go. Yeah, no issue at all. Nice and secure in that socket. There we go. Now for the next one. I don't see any reason why the next one wouldn't be possible, but let's see what happens. All right, lower the altitude, please. There we go. Altitude at minimum. Approach the plug. Engage hug. Perfect. Oh, that looks so secure too. All right, this one has to go all the way up to 7. There we go. Careful, careful, careful. So here's where, so this is what I think the issue may have been with other design, is like the plug sticks out from the front of your vehicle. If it wasn't high enough off the ground, it would have definitely interfered with the uneven terrain. But you kind of, oh no, this has to go up to 5. Why did I think 7? All right, well, easy to adjust. Perfect. All right, let's hope I can open this one okay. That was definitely a little bit more sketchy with the extra length on that hugger. And now to enter the exit. Okay, I have arrived at the exit. Now that I've arrived, I am leaving to the next challenge. Okay. Whoa. Okay, let me look at the thing here. All right, this doesn't seem so bad. There's just 3 plugs. And the issue is being able, that is a really steep hill, actually. That's definitely a pretty steep hill. And I think my design is good enough for this. All right, this is a black plug. So I'm assuming that plug just goes into there, and then I gotta bring both of those. So I gotta be able to do there and back. This is really hard. You know why this is hard? Because the plug adds a bunch of weight to the front, which means you kind of want a bunch of weight on the back. But then as you're going up this hill, you don't want to be too back heavy to fall back. So this hill, the steepness of that, that's like 45 degrees. I'm gonna have to build a much bigger wheelbase for this one. This one actually might be a challenge. That hill might actually be a pretty big challenge. All right, I'm building mostly the same thing. I just have to change the dimensions of the vehicle itself, not the claw. So for a vehicle like this, if we're gonna wanna not flip over, length is going to be the thing we need, but it's also gonna be the thing that could hurt us on that ridge there. It just depends on how much ground clearance I have, but that also makes us top heavy. So there's a lot to consider about this one. So for this, I am gonna wanna have as low of a center of mass as possible, but I still need to be able to get over that ridge. Oh, this is, you know what? I'm just gonna drive this vehicle as is over there right now. I just need to test if it's capable of traversing this terrain. Well, that terrain over there. I can't access that hill yet. All right, let's test it out real quick. I just gotta see if I bottom out or not. That was kind of close. This is a much steeper hill right here though. That's kind of iffy. Well, let me just go slow, see what happens. Okay. This is fine. This is all good. The way to counteract that is I'm just gonna carve out a little bit right on the belly, just like that. Somehow I managed to not disconnect my seat. All right, now let's see how it does. So now technically my center of mass isn't as low, but this might solve my problem. Okay, and dang it, I need one more block. Just one more block in the back and it'll be fine. Yeah, just getting rid of that should do the trick. Okay, now to rebuild my claw. Really wish I could save this. Okay, I think I'm ready. This vehicle should do it. Let's test it out on our first plug here. I'm stupid. I just realized all of the plugs on this map are the 3-prong plugs, and I just got in the habit of building the multifunctional hugger that I've built the multifunctional hugger. I made this way more complicated than it needed to be, but I know it's gonna work, so I'm just gonna literally roll with it. Okay, plug number 1. Just needs to go down a little bit. Plug number 1. There we go. Open up, insert. Perfect, power enabled. I am a cable management god. The cable management is so much easier when you're 100% wireless. I don't know if you guys knew that. I mean, I should know. My entire setup is wireless, runs on AI. There we go, perfect. All right, you go up to 5, perfect. It might actually be a good thing that I have the ability to go up to 7, because this hill might be steep enough that I need to lift it up a little bit more. Actually, I never tested this hill before because I couldn't. I need to be able to pick up the plugs. All right, I'm gonna have to probably get a little bit of speed. I hope my engine, oh my goodness. That was even, I knew it was steep, but that's even steeper than I thought it was. All right, light blue goes into light blue. Good. All right, we got that one. Now the return trip should kind of feel safer because if I tip forward, I have my entire hugger to protect me. I'm just gonna let it roll. Actually, I'm gonna apply a little bit of reverse. I don't wanna roll too fast. Yeah, that's a little scary. All right, hopefully the second trip up there goes as smoothly as the first trip. It did feel pretty sketchy. Okay. I almost backed up a little bit faster than I meant to there. All right, lower the hugger. Altitude down. Initiate hug. Affection accepted. And now the final trip up the hill where altitude rising again. All right, here it is. Here we go. Give it some speed. Yeah, that felt even better. I was prepared that time, more prepared for the angle. And plug it in. Yes, so satisfying. All right, and just back into the exit here. Okay, so we have 3 left now. That took me another hour to do 4 challenges that time. I think I did 4 challenges, right? There's no gradation into that angle. That is just a straight up angle. That's actually gonna be, my plugs are gonna hit that angle. Unless I go back, oh, that's the exit. I'm not gonna be carrying plugs to the exit. Hold on, let me look at the map overview. Okay, so what do I gotta do? I gotta get the plug. I'm here. Okay, I'm here. I cannot get that way. There's the build thing. I gotta go all the way up. This is kind of confusing. You know, the colors, I have to be able to see the colors, but I'm gonna save that for the next video. I think I'm improving on my cable management abilities, as you clearly saw. Let me know if you have any tips. I mean, I feel like I've built a pretty good mechanism design. If you have any tips on ways I can make this easier, and I will keep in mind that this challenge has only 3 prong plugs, so I will not have to build the more complicated version, although varying heights will probably help. But yeah, make sure you subscribe so you do not miss the future version of this challenge. If you guys enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy some more that you can find on the end screen right here. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye. No, I didn't almost forget my name, okay?